This quick, easy when you know how is just to show you how to export and bounce out audio within Logic Pro. So there's a couple of different ways you can go about exporting audio and bouncing out audio within Logic. And just going to go through a couple of the options here. So we'll go through the most basic form. It's going to bounce out everything in between your within your locators within your cycle. So you can choose where that starts and ends. Remember things like reverbs and delays and tail offs at the end. They don't necessarily finish at the end. They will get cut off if you don't have the end locator as far as when the reverbs and delays finish. So keep that in mind. So you choose your start and your endpoints. Anything that's muted won't export. Anything that's soloed will export. So if you want everything, just make sure that the mute and the solo options are exactly how you want them. Then up in the top right hand corner you have an option called bounce. If you click that, it will bounce your whole mix down, and you've got a couple of options here. Again, this is where your start and your end is, which will be where your locators are automatically. It will put those details in there. Real time bounce will play the audio back to you as it's bouncing, so you'll listen to the whole track all the way through. It's normally a good thing to do when you're mixing down, mastering, and you can listen back as it's exporting. Offline, we'll just bounce it out as quick as it can, get the job done. Normalize, we'll take everything up to 0 dB. Again, that's something you probably don't want to do. Then you've got your destination, which is what you want to save it as down here. So you can MP3. You've got you can tick as many as you want, and it will bounce these out all at the same time. So you've got let's start at the top, PCM. You've got a few different file formats. If you click Wave, you've got loads there. You can choose what you want. So if you click through them, you get the same options in every single one. So if you choose a WAV file, you've got your resolution, which in Logic 9 you can go up to 24-bit. You've got your sample rate, which can go up to 192K. You've also got file type, which is interleaved or split. Now what this is if you're bouncing out in stereo, it will just bounce out two audio. If it's interleaved, it will bounce it out as one audio file, stereo audio file. If you bounce it out as split, it will bounce out a left and a right audio file. Obviously, if you've got surround sound, it will bounce out 6. So it bounce out your 5.1 or whatever your surround sound options you're using. So just keep that in mind. You might end up with more than one audio channel if you choose to split them. And you've obviously got differing settings as well there. You can add it to your audio bin within Logic, and you can also add to iTunes library. Once you're done, you choose what you want. If we go into MP3 as well, you've got your MP3 bitrate settings. You can write ID tags, come in. If you click ID free tags, hit that, you can change whatever you want, and they will embed into the audio file. You've got loads of options in there. Again, same. You've got options here with the M4As and with the burn CD. So you've got all your options there. Once you've chose where you want, you choose where you want to save it, what you want to name it as, hit bounce, it'll bounce it out. So that's one way. Obviously, if you was bouncing out stems, one way to do it is to just have your locator set, solo each one individually, bounce it out that way. What you can also do is file, export, and then you can export the whole track as an audio file. You can export all tracks as audio files, so it'll export every single track as an audio file. This is a bit funny for me. I don't know if it does it with everyone else. It seems to pick and choose what it wants to do. If we click on it, I'll show you. So you can choose WAV, AIFF or CAF files. WAVs, choose your bitrate. So you can check to bypass your effects plugin so it doesn't have any effects, or you can have that. You can include your volume and pan automation. You again add it to bin, and then it will just, you choose your folder and you want to bounce it out. It'll tell you how many you want there, and it will just name them as you have there. So yeah, that's export bounce. You've also got a couple of other options here. If you want to bounce the project, export the project, and you can export MIDI files as well. So there's a couple of ways you can bounce actual tracks. You can bounce parts, which parts in place by selecting the parts that you want to bounce. If you control and click, or control and B for the shortcut, you can bounce in place, and again you've got some options here, and that will bounce those selected parts into another audio channel, and you can choose where you want that audio to go, if you want it to go on a new track or whatever. So there's a few different ways there that you can bounce out and export audio within Logic. Hope that helps. Easy when you know how.